Every animatronic in Five Nights at Freddy's 1 has an AI level that determines their chance of moving after a specific amount of time. This level is represented by a number, and it ranges from 1 to 20, 1 being the least aggressive and 20 being the most aggressive. In the normal game, the highest AI level on night 6 is Foxy's, sitting at 16, but with 20-20-20-20 mode, or 420 mode, a challenge night in the original game and in FNAF in real time, his AI level increases to 20. And so does everyone else's. Bonnie and Chica now constantly rush your doors, Freddy will just dip entirely if you lose sight of him, and Foxy is basically allergic to Pirate Cove. This, my friends, is the definition of zero chill. And this, fortunately and unfortunately, was a challenge that I had to complete in order to progress with FNAF in real time. If you haven't seen my full episode on that game, then you should check that out before watching this video, because today I'll show you how I managed to complete this mode using a golden strategy. On top of that, we'll take some time to discuss some more real-time things. Ready? Let's get started. I want to preface by saying that I'm playing on the 1.0 version of the game. I don't know if there's been any patches, but I downloaded real-time only a couple minutes after release. Also, I've never beaten or even attempted FNAF's 420 mode. I've only seen videos of other people completing the challenge, so what I'm about to say next is going to sound insane, but I need y'all to stick with me, okay? This took me 4 attempts. Not sure if I'm just some kind of god gamer or if this strategy I was using is really just this solid, but I do know one thing. Each attempt of this challenge taught me something different. So let's start with the first 3 tries. The first attempt of this was actually the one that was looking the best. I had the same strategy as night 5 and 6, but just a little bit faster. All I'm doing is looking left and right, briefly flashing the lights to make sure Chica and Bonnie don't show up on either side, and in between that, I'm checking 2 specific cameras, Pirate Cove and the dining room, to make sure Foxy and Freddy don't move. Remember, they don't like it when the cameras are on them. Everything was under control for a while, but of course I wasn't prepared for them to move this often, so I started slowly losing track of Freddy after getting jump scared by him switching a camera randomly. Oof. Despite me remaining focused and keeping my composure after that, it just wasn't enough. I fucked up. Internally, I was completely thrown off, and I had lost my rhythm. Although I did get far and things were looking good, there was no way I was going to beat this first try. I was totally unprepared for the camera switching around. My door is broken. I was at 5 a.m. on the first try. My heart was pumping, dude. Around 3 a.m., I kind of realized, I was like, I kind of got this. I was like, wait a minute. But yeah, I lost track of Freddy. That was what happened. I was like, you have to have a rhythm going for this. Wow, I'm gonna give it another go. All right, for the second attempt, I couldn't find Freddy for shit. Couldn't find him. What the fuck? Yeah, this wasn't nearly as close. I got to 3 a.m. before somehow being thrown off at Bonnie actually being at my door for some reason. I really don't know what happened in my head. I have no idea. Yeah, so after this point, I just kind of lost track of Freddy. He disappeared into the night and jumped me like I was wearing the wrong colors. I fucking lost him. That's crazy. I can't find him. Alright, this run's over. Attempt 3 was trash from the start. Are you kidding me? Okay, so I just closed the door and I just gotta leave it there now. Fuck me. I accidentally closed the door for no reason. It threw me off and gave Freddy just enough time to move, effectively causing me to lose him for another 6 minutes. Yeah, I may have screwed it up, but I'm at least gonna try to live. What was that? I think I'm just dead. Damn, dude. Like, this got off to just like such a terrible start. Yeah, that was pretty shit, just through and through. Like, I don't even know what happened. I don't know what happened. With all the failed attempts out of the way, it's time for The Run, featuring some commentary about real-time things I missed. Yeah. So apparently there's some animatronics that show up on night 6 that I missed, and after looking around on YouTube, you guys were totally right. The 2 animatronics we get to see are Donovan Duck and Sparky the dog. Both of them come with their own unique jump scares. Taking a closer look at the duck animatronic, it was pretty easy to make the connection that the POV that we got at the very beginning of the game was from this animatronic. Interesting to know that this was the suit that William chose to put him into, and that our first introduction to Donovan is ultimately what happened to him. According to the wiki page for this game, which somehow already exists. am. Points to this being an old Fun Time Chica suit. I'm not too sure how much I believe that one though. To my surprise, we also get to see Golden Freddy in this game. If you completed the main story mode and try to load back into any of the main nights or challenges, you can peek into the kitchen to see them sitting idly. To my knowledge, there isn't a way to trigger a jump scare from them, and they'll just continue to stare at you and laugh every time you switch to their camera. I even tried letting the power run all the way out to see if that trigger it. So I think if I close a door, just because it wastes time, I'm gonna immediately check the cameras. But it just gave me the default Freddy power out jump scare instead. I do kind of wish I saw more of these guys in my main playthrough, but due to me doing the strategy you're currently seeing to survive, it kind of caused me to miss a few things. Like apparently there's an actually modeled Spring Bonnie suit in Fredbear Head in the back room that you can just barely see, which is super cool. You can actually see these guys on the minimap if you unlock the back room with cash. I saw an animatronic at my door, and I was so focused on closing it before opening the cameras that too much time passed and allowed Foxy and Freddy to move. When, in all reality, me flicking up the cameras while they're at my door after I just checked, you know what I mean? Like, I would have enough time to react, like, after flipping the cameras back down. Like, after I do this, I have enough reaction. This may seem a little strange to bring up in a video, but stick with me for a second. Something I really had fun with in the last episode was making that intro section. I think it just flows really well, and it's personally one of my favorites. And apparently I wasn't the only one who shared this sentiment. One of the animators for FNAF in real time left a comment about it, which kind of led me to checking out their channel and seeing all of the animation work they did for the game. There's even some other sequences in here that never made it to the full release, or just some that I missed. From Freddy walking down the halls and greeting people at the entrance, to a totally custom showtime scene without all the static effects. I just personally think this stuff is super cool, so if you're interested in seeing the animations, there will be a link in the description to their channel. I wonder if the camera switching thing is RNG. Or if that's something that it like has to happen for the sake of real time. Don't you like get to a point where you can just like do this enough and then like have both doors closed and then wait it all out? Like, wasn't that a strategy that someone used? You know, I'm actually kind of excited for what Real-Time Studio has coming in the future. I've been keeping up with it, and it seems like we're going to be getting a game based around the official Five Nights at Freddy's movie. This game also features moving animatronics, but the bigger focus seems to be the more in-depth controls and free roam movement. Even just from the small bit of in-game footage we were shown, this looks really good so far. On top of that, we even have a release date set for December 2025. FNAF aside, it was also announced that Pinata Puppy World is another mascot game under development, with a trailer showcasing who I assume is the main character. Both of these projects look genuinely interesting to me, so be sure to get subscribed for when I cover those in the future. Another minor but cool feature of this game is how if you have a specific keyboard and mouse, it will sync the RGB lighting to the events in the game. I never got to feature this in the episode, and I haven't really heard other people bring this up. I figured I would mention this here though, because I'm sure someone put quite a bit of effort into making that work, and it looks really cool. Seeing the keyboard with a static pattern after a jump scare, for example, is awesome. And you can bet that when the building's power goes out, so does your RGB. Lights out. Getting back to the run though, there's not too much else to say other than my arm was on fire after completing this. Doing the same repetitive motion over and over is already hard enough, but having more elements thrown in to kill the rhythm does not help. But to be honest, there's really not too much for me to say, so I'll let the rest of the run play out here. Enjoy! Oh. My mouse is about to slide off my desk. No, no, no. Does it really matter? They always go away in a couple seconds anyway, right? Right. I'm over here sweating bullets, dude. I did it. Holy shit. We beat 420 mode in FNAF in real time. Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, that feels so good. We had like what, 16 or something % power left? Dude, that was solid. I think that took 4 tries. 4 tries to beat Five Nights at Freddy's in real time 420 mode. And I actually haven't beaten like the original FNAF 420 mode. Like, even with the camera switching that did happen, I had to realize, I was like, wait, it doesn't even really matter. You don't even have to check when Chica or Bonnie go away, because they go away so quickly anyway. They go away after like a couple of camera flicks. So it's like, okay, put the door down, lights on one side, lights on the other side, flick the camera up and check, go back, lights on the other side, lights on the other side, flip camera up and check. And then after that, after I put my camera down again, you're most likely good to just open the door back up. And I was right. I was totally right. Oh my God, dude. We did that shit. We did that shit, man.